Hello, I just want to warn people that this could be a bit of a trigger video. So if you are prone to any triggers, like psychosis, depression, etc., I'm just giving you a little warning. Secondly, I know I look grotty today. Thanks. Hello, me again. Still not showered today. Really need to sort that out and make a bit of effort so my kids don't think I'm just a grab. They've had baths and showers though, obviously. I just wanted to talk a little bit about postpartum psychosis and how it affected me, although I don't necessarily remember everything about it. It's more, I remember other people's memories from what they've told me, if that makes any sense. So it started about 10 years ago, 10 years in August, when my youngest was born. I had two babies very close together. There's like 14 and a half months between them both. So I guess I never really recovered from my first pregnancy before I fell on again. And all those hormones and everything can just do absolute chaos to you. Not that I'm trying to scare anybody, but it did me. I was diagnosed with postpartum psychosis, I think in the November after having my youngest. Like I say, I can't really remember a lot about it. So I'll just tell you a few of the symptoms. So if you know anybody who's experiencing anything like this, it might just help you to have a conversation with them, or a professional or a friend or a family member. But we laugh about it now because it's not a funny subject, but my symptoms were quite funny, I suppose. So it started in the November. Well, I don't know, it might have started before. I don't know. I really don't know. But I had a book, and all my family and all my friends will remember this book. And I wrote everything down. Who'd annoyed me, who were trying to poison my children, who just ramblings, absolute ramblings. And my best friend, she is incredible, really pulled me through, along with my family and my loved ones. She was instrumental in me sort of getting better from the psychosis. She bought me a new book to start a new chapter in my life, and she wrote a lovely poem, and I'll share that with you as well. I'll pop it on here. I don't know how to do it all yet. Anyway, so I had a book. Ignore it's clean washing, that's a bonus. So I had a book. That was one of the things. Then I was obsessed with the walkie-talkies, them things you put in your kid's bedroom, and you have one in your room, and then you take it with you wherever you go and you can watch it. Baby monitor. So I was obsessed with my kid's baby monitor. I thought people were trying to send me messages through the monitor. It was a really sad time. I remember my mum and my sister trying to get me to go see the doctors, who originally just passed it off as baby blues. I suppose it's hard to spot, and 10 years ago these things weren't as talked about as they are nowadays. So went to see the GP after having a whole host of really weird symptoms, and the crunch point came when I wanted to really hurt myself. It's horrible to think about it now. I can't bear the thought of hurting myself or hurting anybody. So I went to see the GP, who got in touch with the crisis team pretty much straight away. They came round to see me, and I thought if I did my makeup, if the house was spotless, they wouldn't suspect anything. But I'd lost £9 in about a matter of days. Oh, I wasn't eating, I wasn't sleeping. My youngest wasn't sleeping. I was up through the night just patting her bum all night, like rocking her to sleep. She was quite poorly, colicky baby, milk allergies and all that kind of stuff. So there wasn't a lot of sleep going on. But the crisis team came out to see me and they just listened. They listened to me. Then they get a bad rep, but they were absolutely fantastic. I can't fault them. And they quickly made a referral to the mother and baby unit in Leeds, where I live. And I remember texting my best friend, and I was at the time they were there, saying they think I've got purple psychosis, and she's a mental health nurse, so she says I think they mean purple, so it can be known as purple psychosis or postpartum psychosis, or at least it was 10 years ago. I don't know if it's changed. Anyway, I go around the houses telling stories. So went to the mother and baby unit again, did my makeup, did my hair, looked lovely. And I remember being sat in the room. I don't really remember the conversations that were going on. I can't remember. I can't remember. The only thing I do remember saying is, can I go outside for a cig? And they were like looking around each other. I thought, I'm not getting out of here. Not today. And it was so daunting. It was so scary. Somebody had to come with me for a cigarette in case I tried to do a run at, which I had tried to do before, you know. I was so poorly. It makes me really sad thinking about it now. If you know of anybody, or if you suspect anybody is struggling with a mental health, especially after having babies, and you think it could be some form of psychosis, it's imperative to get some support. Anyway, back to the story again, sorry. They decided to admit me into the ward so I could go voluntary. Sorry, it's really hard to talk about sometimes. 1 minute. Hello, I just want to warn people that this could be a bit of a trigger video. So if you are prone to any triggers, like psychosis, depression, etc., I'm just giving you a little warning. Secondly, I know I look grotty today. Thanks. So I've made that many videos today. My phone is charging again. Somebody outside the window again. So dog's probably going to start barking again. I don't know where I was, but I'm going to go back to... So we're in the mother and baby unit. And with my youngest daughter, they keep mum and baby together. It's just so much easier that way. Desperately missing my eldest daughter, which didn't, you know, help, but I was in the right place. I needed to be there. I needed that support. I needed the medication. I needed the talking therapies. And I did start getting better. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my symptoms, but I just want to say that it could be a trigger to somebody who might be susceptible to it. So just turn off now if you think it might be. So my symptoms that I remember were I could control auras, mainly electrical auras. Everything had an aura, and I could control electricity with my mind. TVs were sending me messages, which can be quite a common symptom. I was seeing floating nuns, which terrified the life out of me. That went a bit Irish then. Saw some nuns. Ninjas broke into the mother and baby unit. They didn't. I thought they did. So I put my baby in the wardrobe to keep her safe. Thought they weren't looking there. These ninjas, whatever. But like I say, with therapies and talking to people who've had a shared experience, People have been through the same thing, maybe different symptoms, because each symptom I feel is quite personal, like it's quite unique to that person. But if anybody's acting out a character, always speak to them or seek professional help. It's imperative. So from there, I was discharged to the community team. Then with the community team, they discharged me to a psychosis team. So I was under the psychosis team for quite a while. Somebody's walking past the window again. I don't know if my dog's gonna bark. No, she's a good girl. She's a good girl. Psychosis team, then the community mental health team, and then more recently my GP. So that's like in a nutshell over the last 10 years. I just wanted to put a positive message out there to say psychosis, well, sucks, but you do get better. You can get better. You just need to speak to people. You need to open up. You will be surprised at the overwhelming amount of support that is out there for you. Not overwhelming. Like, well, yeah, there's so much support out there. Yeah, so that's my tiny, well, not a tiny story, but like a story in a nutshell. Yeah, she's at window now. She's going to start woofing at people, telling people off who are walking past our house. Bye. So I've just watched that video back just to make sure it were okay and like edit it or whatever. Don't know how to do any of it. But there's so much I've missed out. I have missed out loads from there. Like the main character voice person that I heard, Silas. Hearing voices, that is quite a classic symptom you need to be aware of. So I heard him from, it was as real to me. All psychotic experiences are as real to the person as Amber is walking up the stairs right now. So whenever somebody says this is happening to me, it is happening. It's their reality. Yes, so Silas, I forgot about Silas, but I'll do more on him later, like in a different video. And then there was something else, but I've forgotten what it is again. But anyway, I'll stop rambling because this video is too long. But I just hope it helps somebody. Yeah. Bye.